our Business Partner tutorial series. In this tutorial, we'll continue looking at setting up and managing doors. This is a two-part series, and this is part 2 of 2. From the dashboard, go to Cabinet Setup, go to Doors and Drawers, and again we're looking at our list view. And the list view is basically showing you all the doors. In this case, I have had a search earlier this morning, so I have it sorted down to Conestoga. If I X out the Conestoga, then we'll see all 108 doors. I've deleted a few doors since the last session that were just test doors. And so we're going to go back to our favorite door, which is the CRP10, and start talking about the numbers and the math and how all this works. So we have here an outsourced door drawer cost or drawer front cost of $11.70, and this would be a published cost. So if your vendor does not have a list price or published cost that has a discount taken from it because you are a wholesaler technically, because you're a manufacturer, then you would just put their published price in here if they don't offer any type of discount. And then this would be 0. But if you are buying from a company like Conestoga that offers a discount, then you would enter their published price or list price here and your discounted cost here, and we calculate that for you, so you're not having to sit there with a calculator figuring out what needs to be entered into these fields. From that, we populate this field called in-house labor. The purpose of in-house labor here in the per door cost, as well as in the in-house labor cost, we have an in-house labor, is that we're allowing you to use one single door for both an outsourced scenario and an in-house scenario. You don't have to utilize this. Just let it do its thing and ignore it, and then always choose outsource if you use vendors' doors, and then create your own doors and pay attention to the in-house labor cost for those doors and choose the correct source when you're doing the material entry in Business Partner. But this door, or this methodology, allows you to do both with a single door, and we'll try to go over that. I'll try to explain it and how it makes sense to do that, but there's also some implications to doing that. So here we have our in-house labor cost that's calculated, and because it has a red line around it, that always means that you can override that cost. If the field is white, you can enter something into it. If the field is not white, then it is a calculated field and you are not to enter anything into those fields. If the field is white with a red line around it, that gives you the ability to say, yes, I see that you've calculated this in-house labor cost at $9.36, but my in-house labor cost is $10 per door. And so you could come in here and type in $10. And as you see, the whole field turns red, so you know you have overridden it. And from that point forward, anytime you come to this door, you'll know that you've overridden it because it will be red with the red line around it. If I take out my numbers, it'll recalculate as it had before, but that gives you the ability to override it. And our philosophy on this is that we can use this one door, this CRP10, and price it to clients as though we were going to purchase it from Conestoga every single job we do, and then in the few jobs that we take and we're not busy, or as busy as we would like to be, or as busy as whatever our trigger point is, then we can go ahead and manufacture this door in-house. And if we can't make it for less, we probably shouldn't do that anyway, but then again, sometimes we just need that labor. So this gives you the flexibility of being able to take that door, price it at what you know you can buy it for, and then if you can make it for less, praise the Lord when those opportunities arise. So the math is that we have this outsourced cost or list price minus a discount, which could be 0 if they don't have any sort of discount. And then we're calculating this in-house labor cost, and you can override it if you want. The other half of this equation is in the door materials. Let's pick our cherry material again. We do basically the same thing. We have a material cost or a list price minus the supplier discount for a calculated door material cost, and then we have some labor on this side of the equation. So a door, when you look at a per part cost, that's almost always labor. No materials are involved in the per door. Those are the things you do to the door. You might cut it or sand it or machine it. All the things you do to the door, those are all labor components, and they're per door. But there's also some labor associated to the size of the door. So in this case, this one, our material cost was $5.95 if we were to manufacture it in-house, and our waste factor is 20% for a discounted material cost of $7.14. And then we have an in-house labor cost of $7.78, which is a calculated cost. And we're looking at that labor side on the other component of this and doing some math, and we're calculating this cost here. And again, you can override this if you want, but we're basically saying the material cost is $7.14 and the total cost is this number plus the number we did on the other component of the per part. And so your labor must be $7.78 for this door. But if you were building a drawer front, it would be less. And if you were building an applied end for a tall pantry type cabinet, it would be more. So we need some labor associated to the size of the part, and we need some labor associated to, or the rest of the labor associated to the number of parts there are, how many doors are there. And so that's how we're calculating this. You can use parts and pieces of this. You can zero anything out. You can have your calculations based off of square footage only with no additional cost associated to them by just zeroing some of them out. You can have your cost per door. There's a door company in Alabama that sells doors for so much per door, period, just a flat rate per door. There's probably some sort of fee for an extra large door or an applied in, but their basic price structure is just per door. So that's how the numbers work for business partner doors, and we're going to cover drawer boxes in the next video tutorial, and hopefully that was helpful. I do see one more field up here I want to touch on, and that is finished or unfinished. The finished field tag is meaning you're going to do the finishing in-house for this product. You're going to have to spray it, paint it, do something to it to finish it. And that finish could include, and we'll talk about that in the finish database, it could include laminate. You could be putting on a glued on finish, a sheet finish of some sort. An unfinished door does not necessarily mean that it's a raw door. It just means you're not going to have to apply labor to it. You're not going to have to apply a finish to the door. So that could mean that it's a decorative laminate veneer door, it's a rigid thermal foil door, it's a laminate door, some sort of door that when you purchase it, you don't have to do anything else to it. So that's what that toggle's about. So that's it for this video, and look forward to seeing you on the next one on drawer boxes.